to this week's employment skills training class. This week, I want to talk about how to be more assertive at work. What does that even mean? We're going to talk about that in this video. We're going to talk about how and why to be assertive at work. We're going to talk about how not to be too aggressive or too passive in our communication. This is really all about communication skills. Being assertive means being able to stand up for your own rights or other people's rights in a calm, nice, and positive way without being either aggressive or passive. And we're going to talk a little bit more about those things in just a minute. Assertive individuals are able to get their point across without upsetting others or becoming upset themselves. That's important that we don't upset other people. The definition of assertiveness, it's a healthy way of communicating. It's the ability to speak up for ourselves in a way that is honest and respectful, not too honest. And we'll talk about that. Being assertive doesn't come naturally to everyone. Some people communicate in a way that's too passive. Some people have a style that is too aggressive. We want to avoid those things. Assertive behavior includes lots of big words that I'll help define for you. Being open in expressing your wishes, thoughts, and feelings, and encouraging others to do the same thing. You want to be able to express your opinion about things, but you don't want to express an opinion that's going to be very unpopular and it's going to upset people. So if you can do it in a way that's nice and positive, then that's the assertive way to do it. Express your wishes, thoughts, and feelings, and encouraging others to also express their thoughts and feelings and wishes. Listening to the views of others and responding appropriately, whether you agree with those views or not. Okay, that's great. I'm glad you feel that way. You do not have to argue with something just because you don't agree with their opinion. You don't have to argue with them. You can let them have their opinion, just like you want people to let you have your opinion. Next one, accepting responsibilities and being able to delegate to others. Delegate means giving someone else a job. So if you say, you're taking the responsibility to sweep and mop, but someone comes over and says, is there some way I can help you? Sure, you can hold the dustpan for me. That's delegation. That means to delegate, to mean to ask someone for help is to delegate. But accepting responsibility is very important as well. Regularly expressing appreciation for others and what they have done. Regularly means frequently, do it a lot, do it every day. Express appreciation means say thank you. So what this sentence is saying, frequently say thank you to your coworkers for what they've done or what they're doing. Tell people thank you. It's a nice thing to do, and it's assertive. You're letting them know you're expressing appreciation for what they're doing. Next one, being able to admit to mistakes and apologize to them and own up to those mistakes and take responsibility for those mistakes. That is assertive behavior. Don't blame other people for your mistakes. Just be confident that it won't happen again. Just make sure that it does not happen again. Maintain self-control. Don't get too happy or too sad about things, but even you want to be in control of your own emotions while you're at work. Behave as an equal to others. You are not better or worse than anybody else. Everyone has their own skills. Everyone has their own skills. You are not better or equal than anyone else. You want to behave as an equal to others. Other people, your coworkers, are not better than you, and you are not better than them. Everyone has their own skills and abilities. You want to behave as though you are equal to everyone that you're working with. People who are assertive can identify their own feelings. They recognize the emotions that they're having. Happy, sad, disappointed, frustrating, all of those different things. They can identify their emotions. Speak up for themselves. People who are assertive speak up for themselves and others if they see something that's going wrong. Remember to do it in a positive, nice way. People who are assertive can avoid and respond to bullying. They won't be bullied because they're assertive in their communication and they let people know when they're uncomfortable. People who are assertive can disagree respectfully. Respect is important, and it's okay to disagree with people, but you do not need to be insultive or aggressive in that disagreement. People who are assertive can negotiate with others. That means sometimes trading things like I'll sweep if you mop, or asking for more money at work, or asking for a raise. I just said that. Asking for a different job if it's possible, but being respectful about it, negotiating. People who are assertive can say no without feeling guilty. If you have a good reason for saying no or you just don't want to, again, respectfully decline. Respectfully. You can even say that word. I respectfully decline. No offense, but I really cannot do that for you right now. People who are assertive can build stronger relationships because you are being assertive, you're being nice, you're being respectful, you're not being aggressive. You will build stronger relationships at work. People who are assertive can build confidence and self-esteem because you're not saying yes to things that you don't want to do because you're standing up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. People who are assertive will feel more in control of their life, of their job. They'll feel more in control. It's a good thing. You also don't want to be too passive. What does that mean? A passive person is a person who kind of agrees with everything and doesn't really stand up for what they really want or believe. They might make commitments they cannot keep because they were too passive or too afraid to say no. They might get taken advantage of because they won't stand up for themselves. People often behave in a passive way because of low esteem or confidence. They are too afraid to speak up for themselves, and they might need to reach out for help about how to be more assertive on the job if you feel you're too passive. Again, a passive person is someone who just agrees with what everyone else wants without standing up for themselves. You also don't want to be too aggressive. Just even the sound of the word aggressive doesn't sound pleasant, does it? Some people are too assertive and can be seen as aggressive instead. Aggressive communication can hurt people's feelings. Aggressive communication does not respect the feelings of others. Sometimes being too honest can seem aggressive. They say if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. So in a situation where you want to be really honest and tell someone they look really fat in those jeans, don't think you're being assertive by insulting people by saying something that doesn't really need to be said. Okay, don't be too honest with people. Honesty is important, but if you don't have to say it, if you think it's going to be mean or hurt their feelings, you don't have to say it. To avoid responding aggressively, you have to control your emotions. You have to control your mouth. You have to have self-control in order to not be aggressive and not say things to people that are going to hurt their feelings. It's not the same thing to be assertive and aggressive. Assertive is respectful and aggressive is not. Before you respond to someone else's outburst, pause, count to 10, right? Take a step back. Do I really need to say this? You don't, when in doubt, don't say it. Counting to 10 before responding to an outburst can help avoid answering in an aggressive way. Be nice. Be nice. Again, being assertive means being able to stand up for your own rights or other people's rights in a calm, nice, and positive way without either being aggressive or passive. You don't want to be too nice and too agreeable, and you don't want to be disrespectful and mean just because it's honest, or disrespectful and mean just because you think you're standing up for yourself. It's not worth it if you're hurting other people's feelings. Assertive individuals are able to get their point across without upsetting others or becoming upset themselves. That is key. Assertive individuals are able to get their point across without upsetting others or becoming upset themselves. If what you're saying is going to upset someone, that's not assertive. That's aggressive. So you have to find a different way to say it. And it's tough. Communication is tough. But that's the gist of being assertive. Being able to stand up for your own and other people's rights in a calm, nice, and positive way without being either aggressive or passive. Assertive individuals are able to get their point across without becoming upset themselves or upsetting anyone else. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks.